stuff planned. We're just excited that you're able to be with us. We're running into the last month of June and just super excited about the rest of the summer, trying to figure out what it looks like to come back. A couple things for you to be thinking about. First thing is, if you have a prayer request tonight, then I would ask that you would just type that into the chat, and our staff and everybody else that's on here will pray for you in there. So don't be afraid to do that. The second thing is don't forget that Sunday night we have our gathering right out here at 6 o'clock outdoors, and then the next Sunday, July the 5th, we'll be regathering. But we are so glad that you are with us tonight and that you are here as we get ready to kind of spend a little bit of time together. I am going to try and get this loaded up on my iPad so I can see what's going on, and it's going just great right here. What's going on? So here we go. There we go. So I just want to say thank you. Sorry, that's not very good. Thank you for being here. And I'm looking here. We've already got some folks that have joined us. We got Dave, and I assume his wife Betty is with him. And Kevin and Bethany is here. Ryan is on here, and Jessica Turley is here. And so I'm so glad that you're here. Thanks for joining us. We're going to do some fun stuff in just a few minutes that we haven't done before on our family gathering, so you won't want to miss that. But just looking forward to what is going to take place tonight. This past Sunday night, we were supposed to have our second outdoor gathering, and of course, as you know, it rained. And it didn't just rain here, it wiped out the gatherings at all of our campuses. And so we had to just cancel for that night. But we are hoping that this Sunday night at 6 o'clock, the weather is great. I want to tell you a couple of things that we're going to do differently for Sunday night. We are actually going to move our stage from over between the main building and the student ministry building over here into the front of our building. And I don't know if Josh, if you can show it a little bit over here, but it's going to be a little bit more shade, so it should be a little bit more cool. And you know, we'll be a little bit earlier than this, but not bad. So we'll get a little bit more shade. So we're going to invite you to come. We're going to start at 6 o'clock and have the program, the worship time, and to invite you to be able to do that. But we want to make it something that's fun. So if you want to come a little bit early, back your pickup truck and tailgate, be there. We're going to have some games. Last week we had some prizes and some games planned for our dads, and so dads, you are not going to be left out. So we want to invite you to come. We're still going to have those games and those prizes, and it's going to be just a fun time. And this will be our final outdoor gathering as we are tentatively ready to regather on Sunday morning, July the 5th. Now, I need to let you know something. We have adjusted our times a little bit, and so our times are actually going to be back to something that's very familiar, our original times of worship, which is 9:30 and 11:15. And I want you to keep your eyes on Facebook and on our website, because we're going to have some instructions. It's going to look a little different. We're going to keep it very safe. We're going to keep it sanitized, and we're also going to keep it very social distance. But we're going to hopefully be gathering together in just a few days on Sunday, July the 5th. As I'm looking on here, I see that Audrey is on here, and Laura is on here, and Linda, and Sherry, and Shanna. So people are really starting to log on. We're super excited that that's able to happen, and that is going on. So don't forget, Sunday, July the 5th is our tentative date for regathering, 9:30 and 11:15. Things are going to look a little bit different. We will not have any children's ministry that first week. When we come in, we'll be social distancing in our worship center. So it already looks a little different. We had some of our high school guys come in and help read, and our student ministry staff move some chairs so it can all kind of be spread out. But we are looking forward to it. And I was in a meeting today with our planning team, with Justin Fleur and Justin Blair and Josh Turley and Aaron Lee and Ryan Abel, and we are super excited about what is going to happen on that first week that we are going for. So we're super excited for that. I'm looking on here, I see that Lloyd Tipton and Steve Porter are on here. Hey guys, we are glad that you are joining us tonight and looking forward to that, what's going to be happening. Hey, I wanted to share just a couple of things with you about what God is doing in our church. You know, we've said all along that even though we can't go to church, we are going to be the church. And so the church has been out doing some things, and I wanted to give a report. Once again, I am so proud of you, our Elizabethtown church family. We put out the call saying that we had some needs for some hygiene needs. There were some basic needs. A lot of our partners here in Hardin County and over even in Nelson County have kind of depleted all of their things that they need for people. And so the important thing is that we were able to gather some stuff. So let me give a report on what actually happened, what we got. The first thing is that I'll give you some numbers here. We had 266 bars of soap. I mean, that is a lot of soap. That is a lot of stuff. We had 144 toothbrushes donated. One of the things that was interesting to me is we had almost 100 bottles of shampoo donated, but only 9 bottles of conditioner. So I don't know if nobody conditions or if the conditioner was more expensive, or I'm not sure, but not as many people use conditioner. Maybe it's just a non-essential hygiene item. We don't really know. But the number that really just kind of got me was that the most frequent number of items that we got. No, it's not toilet paper. Okay, I know you might be thinking about that. The most frequent number that we got was razors. We got almost 400 razors. So I don't know if that's because all the guys are growing their beards out, or if the wives want their guys to shave their COVID beards. I'm not sure what that is. But that's exactly what happened. And I got to tell you, we have these blue bins on wheels that we bring out here, and we had just a whole row of them filled up, and it was great to be able to see all that. So, church family, thank you for bringing stuff on Friday, and thank you for bringing stuff on Monday. And I want to let you know, by the end of this week, those things that you gave will not be just delivered to one of our partners in the area. They will actually be distributed. So the soap and the shampoo, and yes, even the razors that you brought, they're going to be used all across our county and Nelson County within the week. So thank you for doing that. I also want to tell you a pretty neat story. Is we have an organization here in Elizabethtown called Spring Haven Domestic Abuse Facility, and they work with women and children who are really in bad situations, and they have to get away, get somewhere, stay safe, and kind of get their life back together. And I hate the fact that we need to have places like this in our community, but I love this fact that Spring Haven is there, and so super excited about that. But I got to tell you about a real quick story. The first story is that there was a lady who came from out of state, and she came here. She had to flee from her home. It wasn't safe with her kids, and ended up here and went through the program. And Spring Haven was able to help her secure a small apartment that she was going to. They were going to move into. The problem was they didn't have any furniture or anything, so they made a quick call to us. And because you guys have continued to give faithfully over the past 15 weeks while we have been in this pandemic, Chris Garrett, our community pastor, was able to immediately go out and secure beds and food for the lady and for everybody and for the kids as well. So it's super exciting to see that. So thank you for giving in advance, and we want to let you know that your dollars aren't just sitting somewhere there, going out to help people, especially this lady who really was having a time of struggle. So that's kind of a neat story about what God is doing. But right now I want to bring in somebody that you know and you love, and he wants to talk about something that went on this past weekend. So Southeast Church family, would you give a big welcome to our children's pastor, Ryan Abel?
Hey, everybody. Wow, thanks for that roaring applause.
It was definitely
at your homes. I could hear it all over Hardin County, LaRue County even, I think, all the way over there. So, hey, want to update you on family camp. We had 6 E-Town campus families attend family camp at Country Lake this past weekend, Father's Day weekend, and it was just gorgeous, awesome, really, really encouraging to be there. And so all of our families together, we, of course, you mean at Country Lake with this summer. It's been a challenge for them. This was the first camp they were able to have.
It's been rough.
Yeah, so they're kind of rocked a little bit financially, like so many organizations have been. But They're trying to plow through and trying to find opportunities, and they did some really amazing things. Like they, over the past few weeks, they made a giant fire pit area that seats 400 people outdoors. So we had some awesome outdoor worship.
That's not a fire pit. That's
Yeah,
like a fire hazard.
it's an amphitheater. Yeah,
It's an amphitheater that's on fire.
for the Lord. And we had some s'mores. My little guy had his whole handful of s'mores. They made them in little individual family packs, and he was just like grabbing them all. And we had a great time. But one of the favorite things, of course, highlights for E-Town families. A lot of us were staying at the lodge. As you've been to Country Lake,
Pretty nice.
beautiful. It's like a hotel. Kind of looks like a rustic, like it could belong like in Colorado, overlooking the Rockies or something. It's nice,
But it's in
right?
southern Indiana, looking over a pond.
Large pond, Country Lake. So,
Lake,
lake.
sorry.
And so, but we would stay there, and then we'd ride over to the other side of the lake. Behind a tractor, they've got these wagons, and so for the little people with little kids, that was one of the highlights. The kids just loved; they didn't want to get off the tractor in the wagon. But family camp was an awesome opportunity. We each, when we had our worship sessions too, we had our own family tables, and so we sat together. And just was really engaging. I was really encouraged to learn some more things about some of our families, and but also I want to tell you guys about the opportunity you have to join us for SE Kids Family Day Camps.
So it's day camp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So what
Day
is that
camp.
all about? I don't even
Day
know.
camp. It's 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. There's offer 2 different days, on July 10th or on July 11th.
And those are what days of the week are those?
It's a Friday or a Saturday.
Okay.
So you just bring your whole family up there, spend a day with us, and all of the camp stuff are going to be open. So the Adventure Zone, if you've never been to Country Lake, they've got the thing called the Mega Zip. 4 giant zip lines go down over the length of a football field. It's huge, and it's a lot of
Zip lines
fun.
don't go through the on-fire amphitheater.
They not yet. They're working on that, I think. So they do have a high ropes obstacle course where you do tightrope and climb up a swinging ladder and floating ladders and things. They have a paintball, whether, if you have older kids, they can run around in there. If you have younger kids, they just stand off the side and shoot everybody else,
okay.
which is fun.
All right.
We, of course, are going to have all the water toys open. They've got a giant slide, all the different kind of things in the water.
Now, I've heard this thing. They have this thing called the blob.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
The blob. So it's a big blob in the water, giant. It's kind of like a big air mattress,
Like
you could
a
say.
pillow or something?
Air pillow.
Okay.
You jump off, like about 12 foot high. You jump off this little pier. Somebody jumps off, and the other person's on the end. The air pressure sends
So
you
they get
flying.
this in, they-
Yep.
All right.
It can be a little terrifying if you don't have the weights right, but we're going to take all kinds of precautions to make sure you don't get launched across the lake. So
But you would be social distancing if you did.
that would be one method to make sure that happened. So.
Okay. Now, when is this again? Can you tell me the dates again?
July 10th and July 11th, and I know there's a few spots left. The Saturday one is already almost sold out, so you might want to jump on to countrylake.org and find out more information, sign up. But I think your family would love that. Of course, most of that's going to be outside during the day, but it's just going to be an action-packed day of you experiencing camp together with your families and your kids.
Great. So those are a couple of great opportunities that you may want to take part of for camp. The one that we just had, and then the one coming up. So that's great. Well, Ryan, I'm gonna let you go over there because Rhonda's gonna help us out with our next piece. Tonight, we're kind of figuring out some creative things that we can do, and so tonight we've got another special guest that we have brought in to be with us, and it is none other than. Well, do you want to do the introductions, Rhino?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the E-Town Campus Newlywed Game Show! And now the stars of today's game show, Michael and Jill Cast. Sound effect, if we weren't live, we would add that in. We would add that on top of it. But welcome to the Newlywed Game Show. We also want to start tonight's game show by giving a shout-out to 13 years of marriage to Justin Fleur
His wife.
and his lovely wife, Laura Fleur.
Happy anniversary.
So this is what I love. Justin was at work today, never mentioned it one time. And so when I got on tonight to do this, I saw it on Facebook. So Justin, thank you for keeping that just a surprise for all of our staff. 13 years, and we just think that's great. So congratulations, Justin.
Justin, we're hoping you're not watching this because I hope you're having a lovely dinner tonight for your anniversary. But let's just go ahead and send him as many notifications as we can. Tag him in this post. Wish him happy anniversary. Just light him up just because we love him. Okay, it's time for the Newlywed Game, so you guys know what that means. We're going to ask some questions for our church family to get to know you guys a little bit better. But also, it's the Newlywed Game. You know, it's gonna be a little awkward because they may not know, they may not match up the answers. They could be totally off. And so some of these questions are going to be given by you at home. We need you to put in the comments below some really good questions. If you can't think of any, just Google search them. You might want to filter out some of those. Some of those are not appropriate. But we're going to get to the appropriate ones. We're going to look here and see which ones. This is just a few seconds here delayed. So as soon as you type in.
Rhino, let me make sure I got this right. People are going to type in the chat questions that Jill and I don't really know what they are, and then we each answer and try not to embarrass each other. Is that right?
Exactly right.
Or do you want us to embarrass each other?
Either way, that's part of the game. That's how it works, the Newlywed Game here. So, first question. Let's see if we got the first question on here. Where was your and Michael's first date?
Oh. Okay, so the first date. Oh, this is kind of hard. Okay. I think our first date was when we were in college, and we went and played mini golf. Am I?
That is correct. And who happened to win the mini golf game? That is incorrect. She was leading going into the 16th hole, and I scrambled and beat her on the last two. So, but keep those questions coming, Jill. You did good. Very good. Proud of you. By the way, one thing I do want to say in this is as a way to protect my own life is whatever we say here stays here. So I cannot be held accountable once we leave the premises of Southeast Christian Church, Elizabethtown. All right, back to you, Rhino.
All right, question number 2. This one's for Michael. If you could throw a surprise themed party for Jill, what would it be?
A surprise. If I could throw a surprised theme party for Jill, what would it be? It would probably be a Chip and Joanne Gaines Magnolia party in Waco, Texas. That where she would like to go. Did I do good on that?
That's good. Yes. Okay. I would like that.
All right, good. So that's a good answer. Thanks for throwing me a softball there.
And yes, Jessica Turley, this is supposed to be, if we were played by the Newlywed Game rules, this would be a secret response. However, we couldn't afford the
Poster boards.
Poster boards.
Tight budget here.
Yeah, this is a light. This is so we need Jessica.
Right.
We need a good question from you here. All right. This could be great. You're right, Betty. It could be great if you send us a question. So give us one here.
More questions, less
Okay. Question number 3. This one's for Jill first. What is Michael's dream car?
Oh, probably a 66 red Mustang. Am I close? Something like that?
Yeah, I would take that. That would be good. That's a good one. It's actually Jill's dream car is a 66 red Mustang, so that's why she said that. I like it too, so she may let me drive it sometimes. But
it's okay. So what would be your dream car?
well, it depends. I have a lot of dream cars. Like I would love to have an old muscle car. I still have my first car. It's a 1970 Cutlass Supreme, but it's not exactly functioning right at this moment. But then I also would like a sports car, to drive back and forth to Louisville or whatever and make good time. So something nice I would like. But right now it's a 2013 Ford Focus is my dream car because it gets 35 miles per gallon.
Wow, what a dream that is. All right. All right, we got our first question from our church family out here. First, Audrey asked, who is your favorite kid?
Let's see. My favorite, Monica Morgan or Jacob. They're all my favorite. I can't pick one. They each have their moments, that's for sure, but no favorites.
Yeah, I don't have any favorites. I definitely have some least favorites at times, though. So, but that's just moment to moment. So, but thank you for that question, Audrey.
All right, and a follow up to that. Now, your favorite kid. Who is your favorite Turley boy?
Well, I have known Hayden the longest. So should I say Hayden? But Hudson's awful cute. So I don't know. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. I can't pick.
I'm going with Josh.
Wow. Surprise on that answer completely. All right, here's a good one. Who drives faster? Who's got the biggest lead foot?
I will tell you this. When Jill and I were dating and first married, it was Jill, but I think she has mellowed. She has gained wisdom over the years, and so probably it would be me because of the number of times when I'm driving and she goes, Michael! Like that. So, that would be my answer.
Also, it would be the number of tickets, probably. Yeah, that would be Michael.
I don't want to say it because I'll jinx myself. It's been a while. It's been a long time.
Okay, here's one from Laura Lamb.
Oh, boy.
Where is each other's favorite vacation spot? Start with Michael.
And I'm telling what Jill's favorite vacation spot is. Okay, Jill is pretty easy. She loves the beach, and I would say right now it would be Hilton Head, South Carolina, would be her favorite place right now.
You're pretty simple. You would be the beach, I think, as well.
Anywhere with you, honey.
Right. Probably. You like Destin. We haven't been there in a long time, but you like Destin as well, and Daytona Beach. If he can go fishing, it's even better. So that's why he likes Port Orange with the Clims.
All right, we got a few more good questions here. So we just found out your favorite vacation spot. What was your least favorite vacation that you've been on? You any vacation horror stories?
Yeah, I would say it was the year that before we had kids, we went to Destin on December 26th and spent the New Year's. And on New Year's Eve at 9 o'clock, the transmission on our car went out. And so I had to walk 3 miles to a phone, because before we had cell phones, and find a shop and AAA to come and tow us to the shop. Interesting story, though, Ryan. I'm glad you asked. The AAA guy, this has been how many years ago? 25 years ago. The AAA guy saw that we had Kentucky license plates, and he said, "Where are you from?" I said, "We live in Louisville." He says, "Oh, I'm from," you guessed it, Elizabethtown, Kentucky. So he took care of us. So we got to extend our vacation an extra couple days, and cost us a couple $1,000s to fix the transmission. So that was my least favorite. Jill, did you have one, or do you want to go?
Well, it was also Destin trip. Jacob was really little, and he was playing at the edge of the ocean, and I was right there, and a shark came right in front of us and chomped into a huge fish. Blood went everywhere, scared the daylights out of me. I scooped up my child, and Morgan was on the beach. She was safe. But my oldest child and my husband were out in the ocean where this shark was swimming to. Everyone is vacating the ocean except my husband and my oldest child. So we all start screaming. I'm screaming Michael. So pretty soon, 80 people are screaming Michael. Does he hear us? No, they're in the waves playing. Eventually, he came in and I said, "Michael, why didn't you listen to us?" And he said, "You didn't do the universal sign for shark. Would you like to show them the universal?" Yeah. So now there's a universal sign for shark. Yeah. But that was a very scary. I don't think I went back in the ocean for a couple of years after that one.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right, we got a question from Heather Miller.
Okay. Hey, Heather.
Hey, Heather. Anytime I hear Heather Miller, I just get hungry for a chicken 8 count. Usually whenever I see Heather, it's just one of those triggers.
They did not invent the chicken.
Yeah,
sandwich.
okay. So Heather asks, who is the better cook and what is your specialty?
Jill is a great cook, and she makes a lot of stuff. One of my favorite things that Jill makes is chicken enchiladas. I mean, I'm telling you, if she calls me and says we're having chicken enchiladas, I'm in the car on my way home. It is good stuff. It's good stuff. Is there anything that I make that you like?
You're really good at Michael grills a lot, especially this time of year. You make a really good salmon. And that he makes a really good like shrimp with vegetables and stir fry kind of stuff. That's very yummy.
Shrimp scampi, but whatever.
Betty Marshall also asked a food question here. What's your favorite dessert?
Oh, Jill's favorite dessert is strawberry pound cake or strawberry cheesecake. Are two favorite desserts that she wants every single time.
Michael is anything chocolate. German chocolate cake.
That's my current favorite.
He likes that quite a bit. But if it's got chocolate, the more chocolate, the better for him.
All right, looks like we got one. Are you ready for the last question?
Yes.
This one comes from whoever is the mod on the Southeast Elizabethtown page right now. Who is on their phone the most?
On their phone the most, it would be Jill. Because I'm on my iPad some, so she's on her phone the most.
Yeah, I probably that's almost a tie because you're on the iPad quite a bit.
That's true. The question was who's on their phone the most, so it's Jill.
All right, it's time for the end of the Newlywed Game. Comment below who you think is the winner, Jill or Michael. The winner will make the favorite dessert of the other as a prize. So you got to comment whether it's Jill or Michael. They're going to make the other person the winner. So thank you for participating.
That's right. Well, thank you, Jill, for being here tonight. Rhino, thank you for being here. And we just want to do something to have a little bit of fun. And so Southeast Church family, we're so glad that you're here. Again, a couple things to keep in mind. This Sunday night, 6 o'clock, weather permitting, right here in our parking lot, we're going to have what will be most likely our final Sunday evening gathering. So come, bring your lawn chairs. We're going to social distance. We'll have some snacks. We're going to have worship, teaching. We're going to have some games and some prizes. You're going to love it. Don't miss it. And then mark on your calendars, Sunday, July the 5th. That is tentatively where we are aiming for coming back to worship, 9:30 or 11:15 on Sunday morning. So Southeast Church family, we love you so much. Thank you for joining us tonight. Josh Turley, thank you for all the behind-the-scene things. Rhino, thank you for hosting. Jill, thank you for putting up with me. So and so we just want to say thank you. Have a great night.